Hey, John and Mike, brewed-dudes.com. We're back for the attack, and a little late because, you know, I harvest these hops back in August. But here is the 2025 Harvest Ale for that we do I do every year using the hops that I grow up in my backyard. But this is always a little bit of a different twist every single year. This is inspired by the American Pale Ale that Mike brewed. He did a mix of Pilsner malt and Munich malt, so I did the same thing. So let's go through the recipe. We'll talk about what we're tasting. Of course, these are homegrown hops, so you won't be able to taste the same thing we're tasting, but you can probably make this beer at home using commercially available hops that you can get from your local homebrew store. We'll start with water. I always like to throw in 4 grams of gypsum. I use 9 gallons of water for a 5-gallon batch. So that's what we have here. The grains, like I said, we got Pilsner malt and Munich malt. So this is 75% Brew Pilsner malt and 25% Digemann's Munich malt. I think you had more of a 60-40. Yeah,
I don't like that. I mean, but yes, I did.
So
I did do that.
I brought it down.
25 is good.
I was trying to get to a lighter color and just a little less of the Munich taste to it. All right, hops are as follows. We started off the boil with 28 grams of homegrown Magnum hops. We did, at the 20-minute to go mark, we had 28 grams of homegrown Chinook hops. And then we did a 10-minute hop stand at 180 degrees Fahrenheit with 56 grams of Chinook hops. The yeast we used was Cellar Science Hazy Dry Ale Yeast. And the outcome, well, let's just go through instructions. I mashed this for 60 minutes at 150 degrees Fahrenheit. We boiled for 60 minutes. We chilled after the hop stand to about 66 degrees Fahrenheit. That's where I started fermentation. Fermentation went on for 2 weeks, but we've had an early and colder winter than I'd say in the last 3 years. So I had to move the fermenter from the basement because I think things kind of stalled out. I didn't do a gravity reading. I was just looking at the Krausen, and it wasn't falling. It was just kind of sitting there, and I said, this should be moving a lot faster. So I moved it to a warmer part of the house, which was my upstairs bedroom, and then things started to get going a lot faster.
Started to heat up.
Yeah, because that part of the house is probably around 72 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah, it is.
And then I saw the Krausen drop. Hey, you know what's going on there. Anyway, the Krausen dropped. It was good to throw in a keg, and it's been sitting there for probably 2 weeks, and just tapped it tonight. Original gravity 1050, final gravity 1011. The ABV is 5.12%, and the color, because I did a calculator, 6.37 degrees SRM.
Nice.
So, there you go. Yeah, not bad. Not bad. And I think this turned out okay. What do you think? Tell me what you're sensing out of all this.
I'll work backwards. I think that well, I mean, I love the color. The 25% Munich, it works. The malt profile on the palate is like, the Pilsner malt is giving you drinkability, but there's just enough Munich there to make it actually stand up to this level of bitterness, actually. So I find that the bitterness itself is like present, right? It's not like super resiny or whatever, but there's a strong, very clean like bitterness that really just sits well with the whole beer. But then those 2 additions of Chinook, I get a lot of like earthiness, and then there's a hint of like dried pineapple in there or something.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
It's not overly fruity, that's for sure. It's definitely delivering on more of a, excuse me, like an old world, just like a good earthy hop type of thing. But overall, it works with the maltiness of that grist bill and then that definitively present bitterness.
Yes.
Punch
The bitterness is there.
It's actually very refreshing from other formats of paleo.
Yeah. Of course, what I'm trying to get at is trying to. There was one year that we got a lot of just orangey flavors from the Chinook. Haven't been able to replicate that in a bit. Thought if I use hazy to try to, to get some more of that. Yeah, some of the more, what I would think are kind of more juicy, citrusy flavors from the Chinook.
Yep.
I wonder if my maybe stalled out fermentation affected some of that. Potentially,
maybe.
I think that if I started warm and kept warm, maybe we'd be tasting a little bit more. I don't know, maybe some more esters from the yeast. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's very clean fermentation, and it's a clean bitterness, just a present bitterness. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I'm getting a little bit more of like a, like there's like a grassiness there with that earthiness on the swallow, but that pineapple is still there, so it's good. I think this is like a beer that would just be very good on a moderately paced pint after pint, watching sports or staring at paint drying or something, right? Whatever it is that you need to do on the weekends, if you want a couple beers, I think this is very satisfying.
Yeah, I think we pair well with like a lot of greasy, salty food too.
Yeah,
thinking wings and pizza and things like that. Yeah, so I
homegrown hops, man.
Yeah, I mean it's wonderful that if you have them, there's a lot of time and effort that goes into that's for sure. And then for me, it's storage too. Like that, these things get thrown into my freezer, and then that is my nag. Every time I open that freezer door, there's the nag that says, "Hey, you got to brew with these, man. You got to get these out of the freezer because that." What like the food for your family is is not going to be stored here.
Yep.
Just guilty stuff. That's what I give myself. But anyway, thanks for watching. I think that no matter what, it's sort of figuring out different things you can throw into an APA or a pale ale of any sort. I wanted to stay away from crystal and caramel malts just to shake it up a little bit. And then, I don't know, maybe I was like using a calculator and seeing more of like, how to get, especially with spring water, like how to get to more of that, at least 50 ppm of calcium. Yeah. And I could go up to like 8 grams. But I think when I've done that in the past, I start tasting it.
Yep.
Yep.
Especially with such a simple grain bill and with hops that aren't trying to steal the show.
Yeah.
Yep. It gets minerally, and it depends on the style. And I think yeast and minerality play together in different ways, like some of those more English varieties and stuff too.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I think in the American beers, we're just not used to that flavor profile with the minerality.
Yeah.
But you do need enough calcium, getting to at least 50 to help things out and make it work.
Sure.
Is key.
Yeah. My feeling is I'm just trying to season, not trying to
Very true.
do too much in the other aspects of the brewing process. All right, so that is it. The 2025 Harvest Ale. We bring that book to a close here in 2026, and let us know about your homegrown hop adventures. If you do anything with them, please let us know. All right, for John and Mike, brew-dudes.com. Brew on.
Cheers.